Is a $50 smartwatch worth it? Hey guys, my name is Zach, and today we're going to find out. To kick this off, let's look at the physical features of this watch. Under the glass lies a 1.54-inch 240 by 240 resolution TFT screen and a 0.3 megapixel camera above that, all held together by a steel frame that looks and feels pretty premium. The right side houses the power/home button with the built-in microphone on the left side of the watch, followed by the micro USB port as well as a small speaker. The speaker doesn't get very loud and gives off a rather tinny audio experience, but it gets the job done for what it is. The camera is about what you would expect on something this cheap, but it is pretty cool to always have a camera on your wrist. The watch's band is silicone and non-removable, but has small holes to help with sizing it to your wrist. The back cover can be easily removed with your finger, something I wish I could say about the micro USB port flap. I have to use a small tool just to get that off, but someone with longer nails probably won't have this issue. Anyways, since the back cover doesn't have any seals, this watch is not waterproof, so you'll need to take it off when washing hands after a bathroom break. Anyways, underneath the cover is where you'll find a 350 mAh lithium polymer battery, SIM, and micro USB card slots. Battery life on the watch actually impressed me, as I got through even heavy days without having to charge. Underneath all of that is a MediaTek 6260A CPU and 128 megabytes of RAM. If you want to do any media storage on the watch, you'll need to get a micro SD card, as you only get 20 kilobytes of usable onboard storage, which won't do anything for you. With all that out of the way, let's get into the software features. Before we start though, if you plan on using this watch on an iOS device, don't even bother. You can't even take advantage of 95% of the features, and it's just not worth the $50. If you really want a smartwatch with an iOS device, get the Apple Watch. Anyways, clicking the button once on the watch will bring up an analog clock with the time. Sliding to the left will bring up the home screen with the time, date, and a few tools. From here you can check your messages and place phone calls, as well as access the settings. Although you can put a SIM card in here and use it as a phone, texting from this watch would be a pain in the butt, as the keyboard is incredibly tiny. You can make it into the compressed format, but it's still a pain. Answering a phone call, on the other hand, is actually not bad, and you can talk to your friends through the watch, something that is really good for when you're driving, as you never have to take your hands off the wheel. Anyways, sliding to the left again on the menu will bring you to the rest of the apps. Although the watch does have Twitter and Facebook built in, they only work with a SIM card, and even at that point are so incredibly slow that pulling out your phone will make life 10 times better. Same goes for the web browser, just use your phone. Now there are quite a few built-in apps that do a pretty good job. There is a calculator that is really convenient when you need to do something really quickly, and a sedentary reminder to help you stay on your feet periodically. The camera actually has two separate apps for taking video and pictures, both of which seem to work pretty well. Surprisingly, the photo app has some settings such as white balance, contrast, and a timer, just to make the best use out of that small camera. One of my favorite apps this watch has is a built-in voice recorder. I didn't know how convenient that was until I actually had it. You can use it to record reminders, grocery lists, or even be a secret spy and record someone's conversation. But, don't get caught doing that. A few other apps this watch offers is an alarm clock that works really well, and a pedometer and a music player. The pedometer isn't very good, as it would always be 15 steps or more off of what I actually walk, but I guess if you need something to give a rough estimate, then it's really convenient. The music player only works if it's connected to your phone, and you'll need to buy an adapter to use headphones with it. I really wish there was a 3.5mm headphone jack. With all the important apps out of the way, let's get to the high point of this watch: notifications. The watch does a decent job with that. You can view the notifications directly from your wrist, but you can't reply or respond back to them. One way I see going about this is using the watch's notification push to determine if you need to pull out your phone. For example, is that notification displaying something important? It's important if I got a text message versus someone liking my Facebook post, so that would help me determine if I need to pull out my phone. Anyways, despite everything I just said, is it worth the $50? Well, if you've got an Android phone and want something that looks premium, has some useful features, then I would go with a yes. But if you're looking for a cheap smartwatch that is heavily customizable, can install apps and play games, this is not it. I'll leave a link to this watch in the video description if you guys want to check it out. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, and have a great day.